All right. Now look what's going on. On Twitter, specifically, they're trying to balance the censorship algorithms perfectly, right? And so as a result of that, somebody hits the wrong button here or there, and things start happening. So, as you know, we talk about UFOs on the show quite a bit, and we've had this individual on the show, this Twitter account. His name is Joe Murgia, and he's known as UFO Joe. He's got a blog, ufojoe.net. He transcribes a ton of interviews regarding UFO individuals, people in the UFO community, you know, and it's a valuable resource in my opinion, because like we've always said, things can disappear in the digital world. They can get lost in the mess. They can get deranked by Google and get dropped down to 10 millionth on the search list, so people never find them. They can be deleted. They can be redacted when people pass away or these types of things. They just go, like they stop paying for their server and it just goes offline and disappears forever. So Joe, our good buddy, he's been on, like I said, he's been on Troubled Minds. He, for whatever reason, like we don't have an explanation at this point. So I'm kind of, what am I doing? Making an assumption here. All right. But it's not just Joe. So I don't think Joe did anything. I mean, I don't think so. He can be a little bit abrasive sometimes, but I don't think Joe did anything in particular to deserve this. But again, I don't know. Okay, and the reason I say that, look, there's more. So UFO Joe was suspended today from Twitter, and so that remains to be seen if it's how long, if it's permanent, if it's this or if it's that. Who knows? I don't know. Right? And that's the thing. When I said the political winds are changing and the censorship becomes a thing, this is the type of thing we start seeing, right? And we're seeing in the UFO community, this is the UFO community. This is what you would call hashtag UFO Twitter, right? Now, let's go to another individual on UFO Twitter. And this just happened today. All this is going down today. Now, Grant Cameron, anybody heard of this guy? Been doing ufology and research into this field for since 1975. All right, I just looked at his blog or his webpage to make sure, presidentialufo.com, if you want to check that out, to see how long he's been in the game. Since 1975, this guy's been doing it, right? That's a long-ass time. My math is bad, but that's over 40 years. All right, let's call that over 40 years. Now, he tweeted just a little while ago, I am back on. They wanted my account to be as safe as possible and gave me a code. If this keeps happening, I will have to run for president, he says. All right, so let me drop this in here so you guys can see what I read there. I corrected his typo in real time because, well, you know, I'm redacting for the positive, or not redacting. I'm making the correction for the positive, not the negative here. All right, so in any case, so UFO Joe suspended, Grant Cameron suspended, and then he's now back on Twitter. They gave him a code to log back in, and the rest of this, right? So what exactly is happening here? What's going down? What do you think? Do you guys think this is a precursor to something a little bit larger than this, or do you think it was just a mistake? Let's see another one. This is Jules of the Wood. Also very active in the UFO Twitter sphere, or whatever you want to call it, that group. Look again. Why would Twitter suspend me, she says. I'm appealing, so they gave it back. Very interesting, right? And so now this is kind of what we're getting at. I made a comment to her, and she's a very nice lady. Like, I see her on Twitter, and she's never negative and never calling people names and all the rest. You know, she's not the type you would expect to be suspended, but she was. The appeal gave it back, and here's what I said. This is a comment I made, and this is fantastic because, you know, when you get time to think about things and type them out, you know, letter perfectly like they do in the media, you know, the journalist, quote journalism, you can make it like laser targeted, right? You can like make sure every I is dotted, every T is crossed. Anyway, it's a little different than laughing and stuttering and stammering and not really sure exactly what you're going to say next because, well, that's the way I do it most of the time. But anyway, this is what I said in regards to her getting suspended. They're making a list and checking it twice. You haven't been watching the news? It's intricate work balancing censorship algorithms. Yeah, right? I'm a much better writer than I am a talker, but writing takes a lot of work, so I'll just talk. It's a lot of work to write, but okay. So you get what I'm saying. There's something going on here, right? And exactly what it is, I don't know. I don't know if it's connected to the hashtag UFO Twitter. Some people are affected, other people are not. They didn't ban me. I'm not suspended as far as I know. I don't spend a lot of time on Twitter. I don't. I don't whoop it up with hashtags and fight with people and do all that stuff. I don't do that. It's a waste of my time. I'd rather be doing